Welcome to the Advise Show, media with the common sense approach. So we have two people who went out on a date. They were single parents of children, and they was unconscious in their vehicle. Well, being unconscious, they ended up dying at the hands of police. Now, this is extremely strange, and it really doesn't make sense. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Tears in Inglewood at the location where a night out for single parents ended with their dying in a police shooting. One of the dead is Trisha Michael's twin sister, Keisha Michael.
Because the police ain't telling us nothing.
I can tell you what I do believe I know.
Like police, Mayor James Butts declined to discuss what specific action triggered the gunfire. But he told us that when officers responded to the call of an occupied car stopped in Manchester Boulevard early Sunday morning, they saw a gun and that both the man and woman inside were unconscious.
The officers retreated, isolated the vehicle, and spent about 45 minutes attempting to rouse the occupants and to de-escalate the situation.
Keisha Michael was mother of 3 sons, the oldest 11. Today, the family of the man with her told us about him. 32-year-old Mark Quinton Sandlin, a single father of 4 daughters, the oldest also 11.
All he cared about was his girls, getting them right.
Sandlin had a 2009 conviction for illegal possession of a loaded gun in public. His family said he had come a long way.
He had just got his job back local truck driving, that he'd be able to spend more time at home with his kids.
They was probably asleep. That said, it was a mistake.
Police commands were heard by a neighbor who wanted not to be identified.
A few seconds after that, I heard gunshots.
Had one or both in the car awakened and done something?
At one point, obviously, they were conscious because somebody felt threatened.
To some, it brought to mind the 1998 Riverside police shooting death of Taisha Miller, who was unconscious with a gun in her car when officers approached. In Inglewood, activist Eddie Jones wonders why non-lethal alternatives were not used.
We're looking for transparency.
Now, before I say anything, this is what I'm sick and tired of. I'm sick and tired of the media always digging in the background of a dead black person to see if they have some sort of criminal background. Does it matter if they have a criminal history? Y'all run around here trying to judge people all the time like you God. Who made you God? That's why I can't wait for y'all to have y'all judgment day before God, and you get to see who's the real judge of the earth. Because it's sure not you. Walk around with your entitlement self, thinking you better than somebody, trying to demonize people. And like, does it matters or something why they were shot up? So if you got a criminal record, it doesn't make it so bad because they had some sort of criminal background. Well, these people make me sick. But anyway, this story is just sad. You have 7 children who don't have parents anymore. And, some people say, well, why were they unconscious? You know what? Sometimes single parents don't have time to go out. And then when they finally go out, sometimes they want to make up for lost time. It happens. You got this guy was a single parent. She was a single parent as well. And there's nothing wrong with single parents getting together and possibly blending a family. I'm all for that. Now, maybe they drunk a little too much. We don't know. And they thought, well, maybe let's pull over a little bit and try to sleep it off. Maybe we can drive home. This is why you got to make sure to have a designated driver. Where anytime you go out, somebody has to be the adult with that and make that conscious decision. Usually, especially if you go out on a date, I tell most men, choose to be the designated driver. Don't be the one that get drunk in front of nobody, especially on the first day. You should social drink. It should take a long time for you to decide to get drunk. But everybody's grown, do what you want to do. But there was no reason for both of these people to die. There was no reason for this. Let's say they saw a gun in the car. Why did you shoot up the place? Were they shooting a gun at you? I mean, we do have Second Amendment rights in this country. Having a gun doesn't mean a death sentence. So why is it these people are dead right now? We have children who lost their parents. Now a family will have to come in and raise these children because they're going to need that. This is hard for them. They parents went out on a date. I mean, imagine the kids. Okay, daddy going to go out on a date with, Miss Keisha and, hopefully she's a good person. Okay, daddy. And just like the same thing with her, with the man, telling her sons she's going to go out and then go out on a date and the parents never come home. Think about that for a minute. The police killed these children's parents and they have to hear that. I mean, that is sad. That is so sad. And for what these children will have to go through, and this mayor, he just defending them cops up and down. You notice that? He's not even trying to look into it and say some transparency, or he don't even seem like he even care about these people. And you got some black folks like that. That's why I can't stand some of them like this. But this situation is strange. I really don't believe the situation with a gun. And let's say if they did have a gun in the car, it's not against the law to have a gun, as long as you're not doing wrong with it. And these cops just want to run up here and shoot people up. I mean, I've seen all kind of things these cops have done on video. I mean, one time I saw a video of a man got in an accident, climbed out of his car, and the cop shot him in the neck while his wife was already dead, paralyzed the man. The man wasn't doing nothing but climb out of the car. I mean, it's video after video after video. We see of these cops just wilding out. And if we say something about it, you guys don't support police. You hate police. No, we hate when they do wrong. That's it. Now, you have this all or nothing attitude. Either you support them 100% or you don't 100%. No, everybody should be called out on their wrongdoing. There's no way that you could say they just woke up and just want to start shooting up the cops. Ain't no way you could say that. But watch, since these people are dead, they can't speak for themselves. They at home go create their narratives. They're gonna say, okay, we're gonna say this happened, we're gonna say that happened. It's gonna be our words against theirs. And you heard the neighbor say it. They gave one command, start shooting. They didn't give them no chance. They lying already. And it's just so sick and tired of hearing this stuff when it comes to these police. And you wonder why people getting out in the street and marching. You wonder why they get tired. That's why they get tired. They're sick and tired of seeing their government, because they are government officials, murdering people when they're supposed to have their day in court. They're supposed to be judged by a jury of their peers, not by the police making a decision to be judge, jury, and executioner. That's happening a little bit too much in the streets of America, and this is why you have issues with people not having much love for the police anymore. Make sure you support independent media, which is a grassroots movement. Check out the links in the description box to our Patreon. Consider supporting us monthly. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.